The dense forest hides more than trees. In the darkness between its towering canopies, terror has found a home, and last Friday evening, it struck again with devastating fury. 4 innocent lives were brutally cut short in Damala village, located behind the Woko-Daba mining sector in Niger State's Bogu local government area, when bandits launched their attack between 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. One survivor who narrowly escaped told reporters, "The attackers came suddenly, and by the time anyone could react, people were dead, homes were burning, and our animals were gone." This latest atrocity represents just another chapter in an escalating nightmare that has transformed rural Niger State into killing fields. The bandits didn't just take lives, they systematically drove away all livestock belonging to villagers, taking the stolen animals into the surrounding forest. For communities already struggling with poverty, losing their livestock means losing everything: their savings, their source of food, their very survival. The tragedy becomes even more horrifying when placed in the broader context of recent violence. Just days ago, the same region witnessed one of the deadliest attacks in recent memory. No fewer than 37 people were killed by rampaging terrorists in Kaswa Daji near Kapiri, while another 5 were gunned down in Kaima village. According to a local journalist who spoke to the BBC's Hausa service, the gunmen entered the town on motorcycles carrying weapons, rounded up people, and then proceeded to slaughter them, while others were shot dead. The scale of devastation defies comprehension. At least 42 people have been killed and an unknown number of women and children abducted following a series of coordinated attacks on villages located in Nigeria's Kontagora Catholic Diocese. These aren't just numbers, they are fathers who will never return home, mothers whose children now face starvation, and children whose innocence has been forever shattered by unspeakable violence. If you are watching this and feeling the weight of this tragedy, please like this video to help spread awareness about what's happening in these forgotten villages. These stories need to reach those in power. The terror extends beyond physical violence. The Papiri school children who were recently released from captivity have been further traumatized, forced to hide in the bush with their families whenever reports indicate that the bandits are nearby, both day and night, creating widespread panic around the villages. Imagine being a child, already scarred by kidnapping, now living every moment in fear, sleeping in the bush instead of your bed, wondering if tonight the bandits will return. The attackers even stormed the Catholic church compound in Sokombora, destroying a crucifix, pictures of the Stations of the Cross, and musical instruments, while stealing 2 motorcycles, mobile phones, and cash. Nothing is sacred to these terrorists, not places of worship, not the innocent, not even the basic dignity of human life. One resident revealed that the gunmen had been lurking around nearby communities for about a week before the attack, which lasted for up to 3 hours. 3 hours of unchallenged terror, 3 hours without any security response, 3 hours that must have felt like an eternity to those trapped in the nightmare. The desperation in these communities is palpable. Survivors are now too afraid to recover the bodies, with one resident asking, "The bodies are there in Kaswan Daji village. If we don't see any security, how can we go there?" The dead lie unburied, denied even the dignity of proper farewell, while the living cower in fear. In response to this carnage, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed the military, police, and Department of State Services to track down and apprehend the terrorists, ordering the Minister of Defense, Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, Inspector General of Police, and DSS Director General to intensify operations and urgently rescue all abducted victims. President Tinubu declared, "These terrorists have tested the resolve of our country and its people. They must therefore face the full consequences of their criminal actions. No matter who they are or what their intent is, they must be hunted down. They and all those who aid, abet, or enable them in any form will be caught and brought to justice." Yet, for the terrorized villagers of Niger State, these words offer little comfort. The terrorists are suspected to be fleeing from Sokoto and Zamfara following the United States airstrike on Christmas Eve, suggesting that military pressure in one area has simply pushed the violence into another, like squeezing a balloon to have it bulge elsewhere. The latest attack underscores the growing insecurity in rural Niger State, particularly in forested and mining areas, with one security source warning, "The bandits know these areas are poorly secured and they exploit that. It is only a matter of time before more communities face similar attacks if urgent measures are not taken." The pattern is devastatingly clear. These attacks are all too common in Nigeria, where dozens of rogue gangs, locally known as bandits, target remote communities with limited security and government presence, with attackers emerging from expansive forest reserves that act as hideouts. The forests that once provided timber and sustenance now harbor death. If this story moves you, please subscribe to stay informed about these critical issues that mainstream media often overlooks. Your engagement helps ensure these voices aren't silenced. President Tinubu urged national unity, stating, "These times demand our humanity. We must stand together as one people and confront these monsters in unison. United, we can and must defeat them and deny them any sanctuary." But unity alone cannot stop bullets or prevent kidnappings when communities remain unprotected. The human cost extends beyond those killed. There is not a single large town where people can run to for safety, leading to mass evacuations as people abandon their homes and properties in large numbers. Entire communities are being erased from the map, not by natural disasters, but by human cruelty. This isn't just about Niger State, it's about a nation's soul, about whether Nigeria can protect its most vulnerable citizens. As one official described the survival state, "They are hiding, they are too afraid to talk to anybody. They are scared that if you talk, they will turn and do the same to you." The locals are begging President Tinubu for help before it's too late, but for 4 souls in Damala village, it already is. For the countless others living in terror, waiting for the next attack, time is running out. The forests of Niger State have become graveyards, and unless immediate decisive action is taken, more communities will join the growing list of the dead and displaced. The question isn't whether more attacks will come. They will. The question is whether anyone with the power to stop them is truly listening to the desperate cries echoing from these forgotten villages. As night falls again over Niger State, mothers clutch their children tighter, knowing that in the darkness, death rides on motorcycles and help remains a distant promise. These aren't just statistics in a news report. These are real people with real families, real dreams that have been shattered. Their only crime was being born in the wrong place at the wrong time, in villages the world has forgotten, but terror has remembered all too well.